This looks pretty handy. What a quality shot that was.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
The fourth hole of Pinehurst number 2 is an outstanding and challenging par 4.
Your tee shot threw a little bit of shoot there. Fairway cambers from left to right. Next shot straight back up the hill. You got a little bit of room out to the right hand side that you can use to bank your golf ball off of and get it back on the green. This is a daunting prospect of a hole.
Opting for the 5-wood. Found the green side bunker. Looking for an up and down here. Oh, little sigh of relief. Happy to be putting again. Oh, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. Just 2 shots back after that hole. Pinehurst number 2, originally designed by the legendary architect Donald Ross and restored recently by Core Crenshaw. And the 5th hole is a real feature, isn't it?
They've done an immaculate job here. Tee shot runs parallel in the opposite direction to the 4th. Fairway does camber from right to left, so a draw more than likely with your second shot, but you don't want to miss this green to the left. There is a massive run out, and that golf ball will keep going and going and going until it's gone.
That's a good looking shot there. That's a high quality recovery shot. This is what remains for a share of 6th place in the standings. And that will take him now to 1 under for the event.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Going with the hybrid. Oh, that's a great approach shot.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
This putt coming up is for birdie. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
On the tee here at the par 4 7th, Rich. What's the best way to attack it?
Best way to attack it is to be bold off this tee. You want to be able to cut off as much of that dog leg as possible. You want to have the shortest club in your hand to attack this flagstick on another domed green.
A bit wild on approach there. Sitting at 2 under par. This putt is of 9 feet.
Solid little par putt here.
Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. The 8th hole at Pinehurst number 2 works its way back up the hill.
Only the longest hitters are going to be able to find this green in 2, but if they want to keep it on this green, they're going to need a little bit of luck here because this green, no bunker surrounding it, but there are very few flat spots around it. If you want to make birdie, you better have a keen short game.
Okay, clubbing down.
That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Just 3 feet to the cup. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Sitting at -2 for the event. The 9th hole at Pinehurst number 2 continues to feature a green that has so much going on, whether it's crowned or domed, but there's a lot of slope.
And there's a lot of slopes running into some bad spots, isn't there, Luke? Front, you're going back into the bunker. Long, you're going into a bunker. Try and hit it out to the right-hand side into a little flat, safe zone. Take your 2 putts and go on from there.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. And he needs this to save par. In she goes. Let's head to the next. This is the transition point of the round, making the turn, heading for home. How do you rate this player's performance so far?
Luke,
so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
This is his second shot. A couple under at this stage. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the 10th. It's just about 3 feet away. And after that hole, he's ahead by just a solitary stroke. On the 12th tee, the par 4. Again, it's not length, it's accuracy.
Most definitely. Fairway does pinch in there just a little bit, so players are going to have to decide whether to take driver or just a fairway metal. Second shot, again, to a green that is raised up above you, floats away on all sides of it, but this is a more realistic birdie opportunity.
Straight at it.
Oh, stop it. What a shot.
You know what? That deserves a golf clap.
Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. And it's a one-stroke par 4 for our leader over the field. This incredible collection of par 4s at Pinehurst number 2 continues here at the par 4 12th. Quality shot, that one. Taking aim from about 170 yards. And that one has found its way onto the green. That's a good shot, but some work ahead still. All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
This one's breaking left to right.
Putting for par. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. The 13th hole here at Pinehurst number 2, Rich. Just another one of these beaut par 4s.
Another one of these par 4s where you got to find the fairway somehow, hit a fiddly little cut with a 3-wood or a driver. Again, second shot back up the hill to a green that is domed shape. You need to make sure that you leave it below the hole here if at all possible. This green gets scary fast.
Yeah, that was a decent escape.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Ooh, this is on a good line. This is on the tracks. Head to your home. Oh, painfully close. Let's get back to it, shall we? This would be a great up and down from this spot. Well, that's an impressive little chip. Big par saver coming up for this fella. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. On the 14th, another par 4, Rich, where, again, premium is on accuracy.
Lay it back short of that fairway bunker with 3-wood or take it on with driver. If you take it on with driver, the second shot becomes much easier, and now a birdie opportunity really presents itself. Laying back with a 3-wood, find the center of the green, 2-putt, and get out of here.
Yeah, that was a safe play. This putt from around 18 feet. Is that a rush of blood?
Not bad.
Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. He'll like the look at where he's standing on this leaderboard. Well, you want to win a US Open, a major title, you've got to go stripe it all the way home. And it starts here at the par 3/15.
This green is so difficult. It sits above you just enough, and it doesn't look like there's anything there. You're hitting to a wall right in front of you, and all you can see is the golf ball disappearing in every direction other than right in the middle of this green. This is visually probably one of the difficult shots on this course.
Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. You've arrived at the 16th, the par 4.
Awesome stuff.
A few shots under par at the moment. Setting up here with a very long putt. Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones, right on 8 feet.
This is important. Big par putt here.
That's a shame. Got a little bit too much of that one. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. Okay, holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. When you stand on the 17th tee at Pinehurst number 2, it's hard not to think of all the history that's happened here. You think of 99 with Payne Stewart and Phil Mickelson. What's your thoughts?
People talk about Payne Stewart's winning putt on the 18th hole back in 1999, but the swing that he made on 17 that year is the one that every player should envision when they stand on this tee box. It was beautiful. It was artwork. It was poetry in motion. It's how you should swing the golf club. This is the only image in my mind when I play this beautiful par 3.
Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
He's got about 27 feet from here, fellas.
And an outside chance here.
Starting to work its way towards the cup. Yes! And after that hole, he's no longer sharing top spot. He's at the summit all alone. And this wonderful championship test ends at Pinehurst number 2 with an uphill par 4.
Blind tee shot here for these players. That's the difficulty here. Just pick a spot in the distance and give her a whirl. From there, you actually have an opportunity on a flat-ish kind of green, not nearly as severe as some of the other ones on the golf course. Right-hand side will get a strong workout because that is the most severe. But if you miss it on the left-hand side, you never know. Finish in style with the birdie, why not?
Well, good chance to take it even deeper here. This putt's for 4 under. Might need to get the feel back on the putting green. And finishing up with a par here today. And Rich, as this round comes to an end, this player is just barely leading the field, but absolutely loving the action this week.
No doubt, Luke. And even with the very slender lead going into tomorrow's round, Luke, I'm interested to see how well this player slips tonight.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beem, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Whoever you are, thanks for watching. You know, it's a pleasure to bring you PGA 2K and the series of Christopher Roach trying to make a major.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time to see who will be crowned champion here at the Daybreak Classic. Hi everyone, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for joining us once again. Our featured player is one of 3 players tied for first as we begin today's broadcast. Okay, he's got that one in the air, heading out onto the fairway. That's going to set the tone for the day. Second shot here on the first. Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Oh, well played. 3 feet to go here to the hole.
Trying to save par here.
And now at 3 under overall. Teeing off on the par 4 second now.
It's a big hole. You want to aim it at that waist area down the left-hand side. And
oh,
there,
yeah.
Open up the angle for the second shot to a green that sits slightly above the fairway. And one of the features that we'll be talking about at Pinehurst, a green that has runoff areas in all 4 directions.
Oh.
Going with the 6 iron here. Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Well, definitely the wind had to have gotten a hold of that one.
Ooh, that almost went down. This is a par putt. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. And we've arrived now at the 3rd. It's a par 4.
A driver not required, just anything to put your tee shot in the fairway. Second shot will be shortish in length, but again, a green that has runoff areas in all kinds of directions. Still a good birdie opportunity.
Some nice calculations there with this wind.
John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
I think this one is going to be breaking hard to the left.
An opportunity for a birdie here. Oh, what a putt. And that makes him tied for first. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
A little bit of a shoot type feeling that you have off this tee to a fairway that cambers left to right. Second shot straight back up the hill. You got a little bit of room on the right hand side that you can use to bank the ball back onto the green. It is a difficult prospect though.
And I don't think he's got enough from the sand on this one.
That got a little out of control, I think.
That's been the story of the day, isn't it, Luke? Has missed a lot of greens, and you can't afford to do that on this golf
How am I
course.
missing a lot of greens when I'm like the leader?
This putt just
Stupid
5
commentary.
feet away from the hole. Yeah, nicely holed. That's a good fight back.
Yeah, in the bunker off the tee. Great recovery.
And hole number 5 is a par 5. Well struck. That's not what he had hoped for, I'm pretty sure of that. That's on the green, and you never know what could happen. Well, this would be a big birdie here. Good putt to make. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
I think this is right around 30.
Oh, look at that.
Well, that should limit the damage.
What a
Nicely
putt.
done.
This player is putting for fun.
Feeling the putting. Look at this. Admire.
I could watch this one all day. Who would have
Thank
thought
you.
that would go
Thank
in?
you. Thank you.
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. We've arrived now on the 6th, which is a par 3.
Yeah, not too much to this one other than the fact that you've got a minuscule green here and you got a lot of runoff areas into both bunkers, right and left. Difficult to find the surface in one. Par is going to be a good score.
All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. This putt about 11 feet in distance.
Nice little par putt here.
Oh! Wow, steady on there. And
That's
that
hard.
was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. We've now arrived at the par 4 seventh.
Yes, dog leg from left to right. The longer the hitter, the more of that dog leg they will cut off,
Let's not do
reducing the
Tottenham
hole
Boblet.
in size,
Or Arsenal,
which
should
would
we
be
do?
helpful because you get to go into this raised green with such a short iron.
Going with the 7. Lovely effort that. Putting for birdie here. And that's a great way to forget about that bogey on the last. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more.
Only the longest hitters are going to be able to find this green in 2, but if they want to keep it on this green, they're going to need a little bit of luck here because this green, no bunkers surrounding it, but there are very few flat spots around it. If you want to make birdie, you better have a keen short game.
With this wind, that's a thing of beauty.
And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
My point is
Leading by a shot
point.
after that hole. Hole number 9 is a par 3.
Yes, you got deep bunkers both front and back, and the green tends to chase towards them. Anything out to the right-hand side into a little safe zone is what I would
but
call it.
let's see how this
That's
goes.
the play.
Well, a little off the target with that one.
Gotta believe the wind affected the golf ball there.
Come on, come on.
That one almost went in the hole. He has this putt to save his par. Wow, that's classy. Good save from there.
And to be fair, getting it up and down out of the bunker, albeit that was a pretty simple, straightforward bunker shot. Pretty good shot there.
Second shot here at the 10th.
I thought I'd missed that, but
Well, that's well played and sets up a good birdie look here at the 10th. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. Oh, he's on fire today, building upon his lead, hole after hole. He sits in first position. Time to face a par 4 now.
Your driver not really necessary off this hole. You just need to make sure you find the fairway. From there, you've got 2 bunkers on the left of the green protecting wayward shots and a 3rd back right. This is another solid hole.
This shot from around 210 yards. Currently leading by 2. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Lining up here from a long way away.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Putting for a par here. Job done. Let's head to the next. And it's a 3-stroke advantage for our leader as we head to the next hole. Let's head to the 12th hole. That was absolutely murdered. Yep, that shot safely on the green. And our man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
This one's going left to right.
A bit too much pace on that one. Oh, 13-footer coming up here.
These par putts, they keep a round going.
Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. And that'll ensure he remains in first place. The 13th hole is a par 4.
Another one of these par 4s where you got to find the fairway somehow, hit a fiddly little cut with a 3-wood or a driver. Again, second shot back up the hill to a green that is domed shape. You need to make sure that you leave it below the hole here if at all possible. This green gets scary fast.
That was a beauty. This one's for birdie. That's a good way to bounce back from the drop shot at the last hole. And as we look at the leaderboard, he now has a 3-shot advantage. We've arrived at the par 4 14th hole.
Decisions to be made. Do you take driver and try and fit it around that fairway bunker, or do you take 3-wood and lay it back of it? If you take driver out, you're going to have such an easier second shot. 3-wood, a much longer shot, but there is room to bounce this golf ball into the screen, not as severe on the edges as others.
Oh, what a wonderful play. Leading with intent.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens and regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
That putt went a bit long there. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
Putting for bogey here. And down it goes.
That was awful. Let's not talk about that.
Currently at 6 under par overall. Well, let's get amongst this 15th hole.
Visually, probably the most challenging shot players will see all week long. There's just a wall of grass, and none of it is flat right in front of you. You don't see the flat portion of the green necessarily. You just see the runoff areas, and usually your golf ball is in one of those. This is so difficult from a visual perspective.
Straight out of the top draw. And with that putt, now it's 6 under with a few to play.
With just a small sliver of a lead, this could go any different direction down the stretch.
Oh, well struck. This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
I've paced it out. It's 235.
That's
I knew
a
too
tad
much.
wayward. Not quite finding the surface.
Oh, look at that. The wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
How about the quality of this shot? This might go in. And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. And now striding onto the tee of this par 3 hole.
I cannot look at the 17th hole and not think about the shot that Payne Stewart hit in there back in 1999. It was just glorious. And when you stand on that tee on 17, that's the only image that you want to have. Payne Stewart swinging, balancing, finishing it. Oh, it was artistry at its best.
That is a delightful bunker shot, Beamer. And if this can go down, he'll save par. That one went by with a bit of speed, didn't it? Just a 4-footer remaining. And that was a bogey by our leader. So the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. Welcome to the par 4 18.
Blind tee shot here for these players. That's the difficulty here. Just pick a spot in the distance and give her a whirl. Second shot up the hill slightly, but do not miss it too far right or you'll find a low area for your second. Anything missing up to the left-hand side could kick back onto the green, and dare I say, finish with a birdie.
Well, that sets up a birdie putt, even if it is from long range. This is always a good moment. A putt to win the tournament. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
I've given it a good look. I see this one going left at the hole.
Oh, Rich, there's an opportunity that slides by.
He's got to be sorely disappointed.
Well, bonus golf, it's coming our way, Rich. We've got a playoff. Well, how about that, Rich? We couldn't get this one decided in regulation. We're going to sudden death.
Playoffs. Who doesn't love a good playoff, Luke?
Well, it's going to take sudden death to decide this title. Let's go, Rich.
Oh, let's get into this. I can't wait.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Oh, this looks fantastic. Well played there, pin high.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
Oh, that is awesome. At the right time, delivering the knockout blow.
It took him a little longer than usual, but what a way to win this one, Luke. Amazing putt.
Well, there's a moment you love
Oh,
to see.
yeah.
Absolutely.
There we go, boy.
On the first playoff hole, one and done. Thank you very much.
Well, that should do it, folks. Hope you enjoyed our extra coverage in this week's playoff finale. From myself and all the dedicated, talented people at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Yes. Don't know when. Yeah, I got that. So, I've done that. Huh. All right.